Hello and welcome guys to another video. This is UPSC English Literature Optional PYQ discussion series. Here I'll be discussing one question per video from the texts in the syllabus. So in this video I'll be talking about A House for Mr. Biswas by V.S. Naipaul, which is in paper 2. So we'll take one prominent question from this text. Keep watching. My name is Harshit Bharadwaj, as some of you probably know. This is my profile. I did my master's level education from University of Liverpool. I am an author of a book by HarperCollins India. This is the title of the book on the screen, and I have been teaching English literature optional course at an academy for about a year now. Before going any further, let me introduce you to this fantastic opportunity at an academy. It's called An Academy Combat. It's kind of a contest for aspirants. It happens every fortnight, every alternate Sunday, where you can participate and one judge yourself, your preparation and all that, and win prizes. This contest, which is called An Academy Combat, is quite challenging. So the questions are created by An Academy educators. It's the rankings are displayed in the real time, so you compete against all the aspirants, so you know where you are. And then there are solutions of the questions, video solutions by top educators. So I think it's a fantastic free opportunity. Did I mention it's free? You can participate and win for free. So what are you waiting for? This starts from the 6th of December. I think you all should try it. If you're a UPSC aspirant, this is a fantastic opportunity. So it'll be a 45 minutes thing happening every Sunday, every other Sunday. 45 minutes, 60 questions, 13 combats, 6 sections, relative scoring, and you will be competing with thousands of people, thousands and thousands. I think this is by far one of the biggest such contest for aspirants to test your knowledge and test yourself against everyone else. Tons of prizes to win. So the added advantage, of course, if I were an aspirant, I would do it just for practice. But you're getting an added advantage that you can win these prizes. So nothing to lose, everything to gain. Yeah? Go check it out, guys. Go right now. Use this code HERSH to sign in on the Unacademy Learning app. Good luck. In this lesson, we'll be taking one of the most prominent questions from A House for Mr. Biswas by V.S. Naipaul. This question is a 2016 PYQ, but this is the kind of question that everyone should definitely prepare. This format of this question, microcosm versus macrocosm. This can be applied to any text. They've asked this question for Kantapura, and for definitely for this one, they can ask this question for any text. So you need to understand how this micro versus macro works in any literary text. So we'll talk about this question in more detail. Keep watching till the end. So what areas to include in your answer? I'll give you some ideas. I'll give you uh, just the structure. You'll have to fill that in with textual evidences and your arguments. First of all, of course, you need to do a thematic assessment, and it's a little tricky because you need understanding of microcosm and macrocosm both. When you start your answer, the theme, the overall theme of the text of House for Mr. Biswas is one post-colonial man's quest to reclaim his identity and his place in his own country. That's the uh, theme. That's what seems to be happening in the text. Now, how does that work within the structure of micro and macro? That's what you have to understand and talk about. And it should all come in your intro in the first part of your answer. So the theme thing, I've talked about the theme in the previous question as well, question one video. Let's talk about the theme again here. We'll have to discuss, decode the theme in a little broadly. I tend to do a post-colonial reading of this question. So as in the post-colonial reading, You're looking at a post-colonial man who's Mr. Biswas and his struggles to reclaim his identity, reclaim his independence, reclaim his space that was snatched from him, not directly from him, obviously, from metaphorically from his generation or previous generations by the colonizers. Now the colonizers have gone, but he's struggling to find back his place in the society or in the country. And the struggles that he has to go through because of the impact of colonialism. The society is in a bad shape. So, because within that promise, how he struggles, what he achieves, why he wants to build a house, there is a metaphorical significance there as well. So, that is all the theme. Now, this question talks about micro versus macro. So, you have to fit in the thematic study within the micro and the macro. So, we need to understand the micro macro in more detail. Okay, microcosm, macrocosm, micro and macro. Economics use these terms. Uh, how are they relevant to this question? What do we understand by micro? In the question, they ask the macro part first. That this house Mr. Biswas is great in macrocosm, but flawless in microcosm as well. So we should actually start this question with the understanding of macro first and then micro. But I have this macro first, so we can do whatever. So what is the microcosmic study of in this text? So the microcosmic study would be the study of an individual struggle, Mohan Biswas's struggle, an individual struggle to achieve what he sets out to achieve within his circumstances. So how Mr. Biswas's struggle as an individual, that would be the microcosmic study, right? And what is the macrocosmic? The macrocosmic study is a study of the post-colonial society in which somebody like Mohan Biswas is struggling. That's the wider macrocosm, the post-colonial society. And within that macrocosm, there is an individual who has his individual battles as well. So not everything that is happening with Mr. Biswas's life is because of the colonial hangover or the colonial legacy or the aftermaths of the colonialism. You cannot say that everything that's happening in his life. So there is that individual character as well. So that is the microcosmic study, but he is placed within the macrocosm of the post-colonial society. Now, in the text, we have a fantastic device which is Hanuman House. Hanuman House is set like a colonial house, it's like a colony. So, while Mr. Biswas's time in the Hanuman House, we get a snapshot of how colonialism worked and the impact of colonialism and why he was so desperate to use the phrase from the text to paddle his own canoe to find his own quest, to find his own house, own struggle, own independence, own identity. So Hanuman House should be part of your answer and how it acts as a colonial setup. So macrocosm is the wider post-colonial society and microcosm is the struggle and the journey of Mr. Biswas as an individual. So you put these three parts together and you have a fantastic answer. Obviously, you'll have to bring in textual references to your answer to prove your points, whatever you're saying. So I think good luck with your answer. You are free to send me your answers. I can have a little read. Uh, Comments are open. So reach out via the comments. If you've written this answer based on my video, I'll be happy to read. Thank you and good luck.